I go through the story of what I went through when I was thrown into a turmoil in my life, when I lost my dad, I lost my boss, I lost my pastor. All of those things happened in one moment. And I was thrust into a situation where I had to rise to the occasion, and I didn't know if I had what it took. And the one thing that I can absolutely say with all honesty is I was scared to death. I had no clue what to do, no idea where we were going to head. I didn't know if I had in me what it would take to be able to do exactly that. Before the Sunday morning, the first Sunday that I stood in this pulpit as the pastor of this church, I was sitting there on a Saturday night, literally not having a clue as to what to say the next morning. I got an email from a friend of mine that was a quote that he had found from a pastor back in the 1800s when he passed away. It was known around the world. His name was Charles Spurgeon. When he passed away, his son said this about his dad. He said, you know, in the days to come, there's going to be lots of accolades about what my dad was able to accomplish, the things that he was able to do in ministry in places all over the world. But I know for a fact that the only thing that my dad would once said is that it is not I, but Christ. And as I read that quote, I realized, you know what? Dad didn't build this ministry about himself. He built it on Jesus Christ, and Jesus was still alive. And so I knew that the next morning as I stood up in that pulpit, I knew that the only thing that I really needed to say as we stood there is, you know what? My dad is gone, our pastor is gone, our founder is gone, but the work continues, and we must together join together and walk into the future to see what God has for us. And that's the message really that is true in all of our lives. The only way that we're going to be successful in life, the only way we're going to be able to truly accomplish all of the things that God wants to put on us and what God wants to do through us is that if we will take our talents and our abilities and lay them aside and simply say, God, whatever you want to do, I'm available. God, I'm here. God, use me. And it's that idea, that one great truth, that it's not about me. It's all about Christ. We can understand that the one great truth of life is also the one great gift in life, is that we don't have to go through all of this stuff alone.